Planning should feel like the beginning of an adventure, but for most families, it feels like a second job. You want a vacation that feels effortless, joyful, and tailored to your family, but instead you're drowning in Google searches, second guessing resort reviews, and trying to make sense of 100 different tabs. Sound familiar? That's where a travel advisor comes in. Keep watching, and I'll share exactly how we can help make your trip planning even easier. I'm Christina.
I'm a traveler, a planner, and most importantly, a mom. I'm sharing my best tips to make traveling as a family a little less stressful. So put down your phone, pack your bags, and let's showcase the world.
Hi, my name's Christina, and I help busy families plan meaningful vacations to take the stress out of the planning process and put the joy back in the journey. And because your time off is precious, you deserve so much more than guesswork and overwhelm. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how working with a travel advisor makes your vacation not only easier to plan, but more personal, more thoughtful, and sometimes with more surprises. Whether you're navigating a Disney vacation, a European escape, or a multi-generational holiday trip, this is how we help you dream big and breathe easy. Something that's so important about a professional travel advisor is that they get to know you first. So if you're looking for a travel advisor, make sure you find someone who's starting to ask questions about you, not just where you want to go and what dates you want to go there, but getting to know you, your travel style, your priorities, your pet peeves. This shows that they're looking at their job as not just to book something, but to get to know you and to customize it. So if you value convenience over price, are you an all-in-one place family, or do you love to explore? Would you rather splurge on a suite or save for a private chef experience? We help you make choices that align with your values. We'll match you with the right destination, property, or itinerary, because there's no one-size-fits-all trip. Like the English teacher and World War II buff, we helped plan a deep dive into England's history, complete with a stay near Bletchley Park and visit to war museums with private docents. Or the family we have traveling to Japan right now, we've handpicked boutique ryokans. Those are really cool accommodations essentially, and hotels with kid-friendly onsens to give them a true taste of the culture while making sure everyone is comfortable. The next big thing that we do to take that overwhelm out is to break the planning down into simple steps. Most people feel overwhelmed because they try to plan everything at once: flights, hotels, excursions, transfers, restaurants, travel insurance. It's okay to break it down into phases. We'll help you focus on the right decisions at the right time so nothing feels rushed or forgotten. So what does that look like? Well, we always start with an initial consultation to get to know your style and vision. If your travel agent only takes quote requests online, that's a red flag. You want them to get to know you and your style and vision. And really the best way to do that is on a phone call or a Zoom or in-person meeting. After that, after you decided we're great to work together, then we're going to create a proposal tailored to your goals and budget, right? Budget is a word we all hate, and I don't even like using that word. I like to use price range, number that you're comfortable with. But getting to understand what luxury means to you, because it means things to different people, or what value means to you, or what cheap means to you, right? That's so personal, and so we'll create a tailored proposal to your goals and budget. Once you're confirmed, then we'll start talking about insurance, flights, and special experiences. Along the way, we'll talk about dining recommendations. Towards the end, you'll get a polished itinerary with everything handled: dining, transfers, and surprises along the way. It's like having a project manager, concierge, and travel fairy godmother all at once. One of the things that clients come to me all the time, especially planning with Disney, they want to know all about Lightning Lane. They want to know how it works, what are the tiers, right? And so that's really overwhelming, and you have so many other decisions to make at that time. And so we kind of just say, hey, this is typically what Lightning Lane costs per person per day. Why don't you look at that? Let's pretend we're going to include it all days in the budget, and pick your resort knowing that that's going to be an added cost. But then as we're going through, we might say, hey, I don't think you need the lightning lane for Animal Kingdom. And so you'd already budgeted for it. So that's really a fun way to find some savings. But then we'll have a full call to break down lightning lane. Here are the 3 tiers. Here's what we can do. Here are the resorts, the parks we recommend doing it in. And so that is a lot when you're also talking about, let's pick a resort, let's pick your tickets, right? So we break it down so they feel like more manageable steps. Of course, our expertise and connections are what I think are the main bonus, but I know that people also value the time and all of the other things as well. But our expertise and connections, we've stayed at the resorts, we know the cruise ships, but even more importantly, we work with trusted partners on the ground who help us deliver next level experiences. After hours museum tour, if it fits in your budget, we can do it. A cooking class with a celebrity Michelin star chef, our partners can arrange that. They have such great relationships on the ground, and we have such great relationships with them, right? Villas that come with private drivers and nannies. We don't just rely on our knowledge, we tap into those relationships to make your trip unforgettable. In Florence, one of our partners crafted a private artisan workshop tour where our kids learned how to make leather bracelets while we watched the shoemaker handcraft these beautiful boots. In London, we have a partner that can get you to basically the behind the scenes of the changing of the guard. So you're not watching it directly in front of Buckingham Palace, but you're seeing them prepare from the guards. You're back there, you can talk to them, you can see them do their practice round before they head out to Buckingham Palace. And that's not something that anyone can just book, right? You have to have those relationships with those partners, and they don't work directly with customers, they only work with travel advisors. So there's a lot of different things we can open due to those connections. And there's a lot of things that you don't know, right? We planned a Disney trip recently for a little boy's 8th birthday, and he loves animals. So we shared with his mom about the Wild Africa Trek tour and how you can do a semi-private safari, and you get to go over a rope bridge over the crocodiles and meet with the zookeepers. She wouldn't have known that existed if she didn't work with a trusted travel professional. I got ahead of myself because that was number 4. We know what you don't know, you don't know. Is anyone else thinking of that episode of Friends? Most travel stress comes from things you didn't realize you needed to plan. The resort doesn't have elevators. The family suite doesn't include a connecting door. The shuttle only runs twice a day. Oh my gosh, I love that. Well, I don't love that one, but I get that one all the time. Oh, that's okay. We're staying off-site at Disney. There's a shuttle. Oh, where are you staying? Oh, you know that shuttle only runs twice a day, right? No. We've seen it all. We know the questions to ask before they become problems. We recently worked on an Ireland itinerary for a family with a 4-year-old. We added our favorite playground stops in between the scenic drives because we know that castles are only magical if you can run around after. And thinking through some of those things you might not think of because you're not planning trips every single day. We help you spend wisely. There's a myth out there that travel advisors cost more or they're going to make you spend more, right? And yes, some travel advisors, including myself, charge a planning fee to protect our time. But we help you spend wisely, right? It's not about finding the most expensive hotel. It's about finding the one that matches your goals. Maybe you want a name brand. Maybe you want a hidden gem. Maybe you'd rather spend on VIP park access rather than the view. We help you get the most value out of every dollar and introduce you to exclusive experiences you didn't know was possible. Some families value upgraded rooms. Others want private guides. Some want space for grandparents and cousins, while others prefer separate rooms. We help you choose where to splurge and where to save based on your priorities. And we work how you work, right? Do you want to be hands-on every step of the way? Great. Do you want to just approve a perfectly polished proposal at the handoff? Also great. we adapt to your preferred role in the decision-making process. This is a partnership. We have clients who wanted weekly check-ins and others who just wanted one link with everything ready to go. You're in the driver's seat. It's not about releasing control. We're just here to support the ride. And of course, we're there when plans go sideways. Flights cancel, kids get sick, weather shifts. When the unexpected happens, we're your advocate. We manage rebooking, rescheduling, and rerouting so you can focus on your family, not your phone. One of our families got caught up in a Greek ferry strike while other travelers were stranded scrambling. We rerouted them, right? My in-country partner, before they even woke up, knew that the strike was happening the next day, and so they refunded their ferry tickets. They issued plane tickets and sent them a text in the morning saying, hey, your driver's still going to be here at 10 a.m., but instead of bringing you to the port, they're bringing you to the airport, right? They didn't miss a single minute of their stay in Santorini. We solve problems with care and urgency because we already know what matters most to you. But I've alluded to it a couple times during this video. Not every travel advisor is the right fit for you. So here's what you want to look for. You want to look for expertise in the type of trip you're planning, right? Are you planning a family vacation to the US, Mexico, Caribbean, or Europe? I'm your girl, right? That's what I know. I know families, and I know the boutique properties in Paris that have connecting rooms, and I know the hotel in London that sleeps four, and the guides that are going to interact well with your kids. I know that intimately because that's what I specialize in, right? If you wanted to go backpacking through Southeast Asia, I'm going to probably connect you with a colleague of mine because that is not my expertise, and it would not be in your best interest to be working with me on that. A clear process is also something you should look for. Ask them the next steps. If they can't clearly define next steps, if they can't say this is what's going to happen and then this is what's going to happen and then this is what's going to happen, they probably don't have a clearly defined process that's repeatable. And so even if they were a referral from somebody else that respect and love, they might not have that repeatable process that you're going to get the same level of concierge service that someone who referred it. So make sure you're asking about that repeatable process. Professionalism is also really important. This is an industry with a low barrier of entry, right? There's a lot of people out there who love planning travel and they're good at it, but they're not necessarily good at planning it for other people. And it's really hard to tell the difference between people who are doing this professionally versus people who are doing this because they want free travel themselves, which, spoiler alert, we don't get a ton of free travel. But really look for someone who has worked with hundreds of families, who has lots of reviews, who has some accolades and some experience, so you know that you have someone you can trust. Communication style that fits yours. Our preferred communication style is email, right? We do everything over email. I love that it tracks everything. We do phone calls as well. You have a link to schedule a call with me, but you can't just call me any time of the day because I'm a mom too, right? And I want to prioritize my family, and that's why I became a part of this business. So if that emailing with a couple of day response time works for you, then we're going to be a great fit. If you need to be able to text someone, if you need immediate assistance, the exception is when you're traveling. We do have 24/7 immediate assistance when you're traveling, but in that planning process when things aren't urgent, if you need that, then I might not be the best fit for you, right? And honestly, you should find someone you enjoy talking to. You want a partnership, not a salesperson. It's okay to interview a few different travel advisors, right? You want to find the right fit for you. You want to find the person who has the right expertise. Just make sure you're saying, hey, I'm going to be meeting with a couple travel advisors. I'd love to ask these questions about you. I think I have a whole video on questions that you should ask. But just let them know you're doing that. Don't have them put together any proposals. Put their time into research if you're not going to book with them. Planning shouldn't feel like a burden. It should feel like the beginning of something magical. Whether it's your once-a-year family escape or the bucket list adventure of a lifetime, we're here to make it easy, personal, and fun. I'm going to put a link below to schedule a call with us. So if you're interested in working with me or someone on our team, you can schedule that call below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who could use a little less overwhelm and a little bit more joy. And until next time, take a break from the busy. You've earned it.
Need help planning your next family vacation? Visit us at showcasetheworld.com to request a quote or schedule a free vacation consultation. Want more great travel tips? You'll find those there too.